Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Inside the War Room. Today we're breaking down some more Madden 23 stuff, specifically some new abilities that's going to be coming to the game that's in the beta currently that I put it upon myself to test out as long as it was in there. I think there was one or two that wasn't in there that I couldn't test, but all the other ones I got down packed and I got some analyses for all of you.
Wow. Say that word again.
Analyses.
Wow.
That
No,
was definitely used incorrectly.
I heard a rumor that there's not only defensive abilities, there's not only offensive abilities, but there's special teams abilities.
Special teams. We might as well start off with special teams, okay?
Yeah, they never get the love.
Oh, they don't get love. And to be honest, they're still not getting love. But it's all right.
Go ahead.
All right,
Start it off.
So for kickers, there has always been focus kicker. This is whenever the kick meter goes up very slow, comes down very slow.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to miss.
Yeah.
Unless if you're doing it blindfolded, okay? So what they did was they nerfed that ability a little bit. That only activates within 45 yards, okay? So focus kicker, only 45 yards. If it's a 46-yard field goal or further, guess what?
You can't
got a regular
focus.
kick meter.
You can't focus.
You can't focus in. So what they did do, you could say they recycled, they reused.
The whole game?
Reuse, recycle.
They rinsed off.
The whole game?
They now have Zen kicker.
Oh,
Which means you can boot those focus kicker kicks from 45 plus yards as well. Obviously, like the best of the best kicker will probably have that. Probably like Justin Tucker, right?
So
I mean,
I could be kicking like a 7-yard field goal and I could be in Zen mode.
yeah, but like I don't know if you have the power or not.
It's an ability, not an X factor.
These are all abilities. There's one X factor that we will talk about.
Dang.
They're all abilities, one X factor.
That
Which, like, I feel like they could use our creative minds to come up with different abilities.
That's
to
what I'm
come
saying.
up with different X factors.
Like if you fake a field goal, you can actually throw it accurately.
Right, because, like, to be honest, like, going through the list, it's pretty disappointing.
Wait. EA and Madden being disappointing? No.
We're about a minute into it and we're already said this is a disappointing video.
But anyways, they're like for special teams, like what they could have done. I thought, okay, so you're kicking a field goal, right? It goes up, it goes down. You hold the A button.
Stupid.
You hold it there to run the clock out.
That's dumb.
There should be an ability where you have an opportunity to call a timeout.
It's literally a redo.
Okay, but tell me this though: you have Zen kicker on, and the meter's going 0.5 miles per hour. You're not missing anyway, so it's the same thing.
How is that the same thing? No, because if you do miss, you can't redo it.
I'm just trying to come up with different abilities.
You're trying to cheat.
Yeah, but the ball hasn't been snapped yet.
But that's like doing it from like the quarterback position or something like that, which you can't do.
You're literally
replay mode. You throw a pick and you hold in the B button and they let you replay.
You're literally playing Forza and you're doing rewind mode.
I thought of one that would be okay. How about this one?
Yeah. Stupid.
You have a super long field goal you're trying to kick, right?
70.
Like, you have an ability where you can sacrifice accuracy, so your accuracy meter gets thinner, or the kick meter goes faster.
Got more power.
But you can maybe add 5 yards to your kick power.
I like that.
They do that anyways.
No.
Dude, yeah.
Well, I mean, specifically, it is harder to kick from
like
further
if you're
out.
kicking a 70-yard field goal, your accuracy meter is that already. So like it's basically just gonna be gone.
What if you have to hit 2 of them? You have to go pop up.
Oh, like in 2K when you do the dunk contest and like the thing comes across, you got like XX. Like, hit it really fast.
Yeah, it goes up. It's a random button on the pad, and then it goes down. It's another random button on the pad.
And
Makes
if
it
you
more difficult. 4 kicks.
Power.
Dang.
4 kicks.
Okay, now we're talking.
I thought of another one where they could you could force somebody to jump off sides if you have like an ability for your kicker. Because you know how people try spamming like the RT button to get a jump to block the kick?
Yeah.
If they press it too early, sorry, you're actually off sides like they should have been anyways.
Yeah, it's stupid,
I don't know,
dude.
maybe get extra first down. I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. Okay, so that's what they have for the special teams. Okay, offense or defense next?
Defense.
Okay, so for defense, there are 2 different things.
2.
There is inside shade. And there is
outside
shade. Is it like if it gets too hot during the game, they get like an umbrella over them and they're like not hot?
Ooh,
It's
okay.
either on the inside of them or the outside.
Essentially, it's straightforward. Inside shade cornerbacks that have this ability. I tested it out. Who was it? Let me make sure I got this right. Inside shade, Marlon Humphrey in the beta had inside shade.
Ooh.
So if a receiver is running a slant route, an in route, like any drag route, they should have a better step on the ball. And,
I
and
like
this
that.
is essentially doing the same thing that they did to focus kicker. So
Yeah.
originally they had one step ahead, which I checked. They still do have one step ahead, which means that the cornerback just makes better cuts in general. There is a point where, especially if you played ultimate team and a person had route technician, you're putting one step ahead on all your cornerbacks if you have the opportunity to do so.
Yeah,
But this is just cutting it in half and giving them like half of the ability. That's all it's doing.
I like this a lot because we all know from last Madden, everybody would just do crossing routes and just go to the outside.
Crossing routes, corner
couldn't
routes.
stop it.
So outside shade. So J.C. Jackson, I was running a bunch of corner routes on him. He definitely played the ball a lot better than a normal cornerback would be. And obviously his overall was higher than like just a regular average cornerback. But
He has it.
yeah, J.C. Jackson. Now this is in the beta, so I don't know if it's confirmed whether or not they're actually going to have the
I mean,
abilities.
it makes sense that he would have something.
Right.
you
So
know?
so there's like the one X factor called dots. Like I heard Tom Brady was supposed to have it in the beta.
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers has it, and Tom Brady doesn't have it.
Whenever I'm looking at those two quarterbacks, I picture Aaron Rodgers being a little bit more accurate personally. So I feel like
See,
he
Tom
would
Brady
be better
to
for
me
that.
is an accuracy guy. I mean, not to say that they both can't have it. It's not
Yeah.
like, multiple people can have
No,
the same
you're
X
right.
factor.
You're right.
Is Dots an X factor?
Dots is an X factor.
And
That's the
it's-
only one.
That's the only one as
Spoiler.
of now. It seems like it might be the only one.
And what does it do?
It's perfect pass accuracy on all throws. So
That's so stupid.
I thought
That's so
originally this
stupid.
was going to be
OP?
super overpowered.
It's gonna be.
I don't necessarily know if it's going to be like after testing it out. So it reminded me of playing offense in Madden 22. Like if you have a good quarterback, they're pretty much hitting every single pass.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Yeah. I mean, even the best of the best still
Wait,
miss throws
yeah,
every
wait,
once in a while.
wait.
Like, no doubt. What?
But like that didn't happen to me.
Doesn't happen to TJ. Dude,
My
she's
guy-
a
$1 million
better-
Mac Jones.
Yeah, she's better quarterback. It's not you, TJ. It's
My
never
guy,
you.
my guys didn't catch the ball every time.
But yeah,
Can
but
they just run around basically and then just press a button and then it's 100% perfect accuracy?
So what? Yeah, you're saying.
yeah, but it's like it's not like you're going to complete every pass though, because you have to make the right read. If
But-
you
but-
throw it and there's a defender there, they're going to pick you
But
up.
let's say I'm taking 35 seconds, running around in the backfield. I'm like 35 yards back, running backwards, hit X, and he's wide open. No one's around him. It's gonna go perfectly to X.
No, not if you're running backwards like that. We're
Why
talking-
not? It's dots.
Yeah, I know, but you have to have the
That'd be
throw
crazy.
power. Oh, you have to have
Okay,
throw power.
Aaron Rodgers. He has 9.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not convinced. Like, okay, so what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen. I can already tell you guys. Whenever the game actually gets released, since it's a new superstar ability, it's going to get buffed and it's going to be like super overpowered for like the first month. And then after that, they're going to nerf it and there's going to be something that's better.
I'm telling
That's
you.
just how it's going to work.
Madden, I've watched a video and it was All Pro American Football 2K8 or something. And that game right there has better throwing mechanics than Madden 23 does. Literally,
There's so many more animations they added into the game.
yeah, the drop.
3,500.
Yeah, what's their drop back animation? Trash. What's their throwing animations? Trash. It's all the same. Like,
Speaking of throwing animations, like, 'cause I
Ugh.
was really thinking about it. Like this past year, the past couple years, escape artist, superstar ability, like stupidly overpowered.
OP.
Quick draw was stupidly overpowered.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers, anybody that had it, they just get the ball off in like a second. You'd never get sacked.
never say never.
I think if they keep this in the game, they should make this an X factor. Like you have to earn it to be able to use it because they're that good, in my opinion.
They're just cheese plays.
Right, that's all it is. It's just like now I understand because we talked about it before, like Lamar Jackson, like he deserves to have escape artist, right, as a superstar ability. But it's just
Yeah.
like there comes a point where in real life there's no shot he'd be able to hike the ball and roll out to the right in 0.5 seconds, and the defense would never be able to contain it whenever they know that it's coming. What do you mean?
He does that every game.
But he passes the ball. He does still throw from the
Okay,
pocket.
Okay. And people don't do that?
But I'm saying he has like what 96 speed. We looked at it.
Yeah.
He should be able to do that himself without the escape artist ability.
Yeah, but he has it because he is the escape artist.
Yeah, I know, but like it's
You're
too,
just mad because he's better.
it's too overpowered. It's too overpowered. Anyways,
Just
let's
get-
move on.
No, you can use your defensive ability to stop it. Inside shadow, and he's running to the outside. You got outside shadow on him?
Shade.
Outside shade.
No outside. Okay, so 3 offensive abilities. Let's talk about the first 2. They're passing ones. There's high point Deadeye, and there is
Low point.
low point Deadeye. So
Seats suck.
the passing in Madden is more difficult. Specifically,
Stupid.
low passes are not the same. They're just not the same. So if you love low passes in Madden 22, like I did, you're not going to like them as much anymore. Like they're not as accurate. Now there's low point deadeye, which gives you perfect pass accuracy on low point passes.
That's because your Madden already comes with cheese, and you still get an extra side of cheese on the side.
Tell me this. Tell me, why does my quarterback have a throwing meter?
What do you mean, dude?
Like, dude,
Okay,
why?
I mean, it's for now because I was messing around with it and I still got to play it a little bit more,
Come
but it's
on.
definitely a little bit of a learning curve to get used to. Like
So-
if you mess that throw meter up, you will throw an inaccurate pass, even if it's like 3 yards.
So you could turn that off also.
Yeah, I know. And you know what I also realized?
Uh-huh.
This was already in Madden 22. It's just the circles are there now. You could lead pass, you could low pass, you could do all those in Madden 22, but
Nah,
now there's a
because
circle there.
There's definitely throws that you can make. Like you definitely have a bit more control.
You have a bit more, but is it a whole new game worth more of control, or
I
make it
mean,
an updated Madden 22?
this being their number one feature is disappointing. I'll
That's
say
what
that
I'm
much.
saying. And
I will say that much. But anyways,
And it was already in their game too, and it was just so broken that they couldn't use it.
So low passes in Madden, if you don't have low point deadeye, like it's not going to be a guarantee. Just low pass possession catch, you're going to complete every time. Like there will be missed passes that you make, especially if you have lower overall quarterbacks. What is maybe going to be overpowered this year? They flipped it. Is high passing. So they do. Last year defense is trash. This year defense is really good. Last year low passes are really good, and this year high passes
That just seems
might
really
be
risky.
really good. So I was just testing it out, like throwing it. It actually is really good, especially over the middle of the field, over top of the linebackers. I did a drive and I was going up against Tremaine Edmonds because he's like 6'6", like he's a pretty good linebacker as far as height goes. And I was throwing over his head, over his head, over his head. And then I eventually, like, I tried to get really tight with it, and he did pick it off. But
Who are you passing to?
who was I passing
Yeah.
to?
Like,
Who was
your
I using?
receiver?
Let me figure out who the heck I was using because there is Josh Allen and then Justin Herbert. Herbert. So Herbert has high point deadeye. Herbert high point. Allen low point in the beta right now.
Okay,
so
so
I was
you're
using
throwing to like Keenan Allen or like
Keenan Allen,
Williams.
Mike Williams, yeah.
I don't like
Okay.
the new tip.
Which Mike
mechanics,
Williams
though.
himself is like tall also.
Well, that's what I was curious about. Like, let's say you're passing to Tyreek Hill or a shorter
a
receiver.
shorter guy.
Would that still work as well for like high point? Because I don't think they'd be able to
It might be.
go up and get
That
that.
is true. I definitely got to test it up against
Yeah.
with a shorter wide receiver, but I don't know.
I mean,
Like-
if you have a tall receiver, obviously it's OP to use it.
Yeah, and it even seemed really good because they have like the new hit in midair mechanics
Yeah.
too. And,
That's what I'm saying. Midair
and
knockout.
and it still seemed to do pretty good. Like it didn't trigger like any of those. I mean, it does happen. But
Did you notice all the tipped balls though?
Okay.
Every single
Well,
play that I was
So
an
I
incomplete
specifically
pass,
noticed that whenever I was trying low passes, like it would get
Yeah.
blocked off of the line a lot more.
dude. I think tip passes are gonna be an issue this game, like a big
I
issue.
mean defense in general just
Because
a lot better.
if it's double coverage and you throw it and it gets tipped, one of those guys is picking it
Yeah.
off. Like it's
Yeah.
Which, like, a lot of time it's realistic, but the
Yeah.
thing that might not be as realistic is how many times passes
happens.
get tipped into
Yep.
the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
where it gets annoying.
Yep.
Because if a pass gets tipped into the air and it's just like a floater, you expect those guys to catch that. I don't
Right.
think that's the issue. It's just how many times the
It
ball
gets
doesn't just go
tipped.
straight to the ground and gets tipped up in the air.
Yeah.
That's what's definitely annoying about that. And with those midair knockouts, that definitely happens. All right, so the big one, in my opinion, like the coolest one, is goal line back, and that's better run blocking within 5 yards. Like you're in the goal line, 5 yards to go, you're going to get better run blocking. Jonathan Taylor currently has this. I messed around a little bit with it, so I did 10 runs with Jonathan Taylor from the 5 or shorter, and then I also did 10 runs with Derrick Henry, who doesn't have this goal line back from the 5 or shorter. With Derrick Henry from the 5 or shorter on All Madden, I scored 4 times. With Jonathan Taylor, I scored 6 times. I can't
Okay.
necessarily say that I seen like a push from the offensive line that was like noticeable, But and I know it's a small sample size, but like the stats maybe don't lie.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And it was Derrick Henry also, so it's not like
Well, the thing is too, like I look at the Colts offensive line as being better than the Titans defensive line or offensive line.
that's also true.
So
That's
like I
also
felt
true.
like you would regardless maybe get in 2 more times out of 10 plays.
Right, yeah. So maybe trying it out with
Do we think that
another
this
really
is
good
like
offensive line or
a really fair ability and not like something that's overpowered and like it's like
yes,
okay
I
at the end
mean,
of
so the
game?
thing about it was there's always been abilities on the defensive side to try to stop running. Like
Yeah.
there's goal line stuff, so it's going to help the defensive line out whenever you're trying to run inside the goal line. There was never anything for offense, so it makes sense that they added it into the game to kind of balance it out a little
I
bit.
wonder how this would work with like a sneak D, for example. Like I wonder if you're on like the
Oh.
1 yard line and you want to try.
Yeah,
To
but then again,
sneak it in.
it's the running back though, so
That's true. I mean, that is true. It
you
wouldn't do the
sub
QB
your
sneak.
running back in at quarterback, run a quarterback sneak. There might be a method to that madness.
Cheese? Do I smell cheese?
That sounds
That
like
might
cheese,
be
dude. That might be
cheesy.
cheese right
Oh,
there. I don't
we
know
need to
about
test that.
one.
We're gonna test that out just for the memes.
923
Honestly,
Mythbusters?
yes, that's a good one.
Man.
But yeah, that's it for all the different abilities. I mean, obviously, I'm kind of disappointed. I feel like anybody would be kind of disappointed, especially because half of them
Yeah.
are recycled. They're just
Yeah.
like using an ability that was already there, cutting it in half, and making 2 abilities out of it. And
Yeah.
they're worse than the original.
I
ability.
definitely would pay $60, $70 for that.
like $70 for next gen.
I'd pay like $70 for a next gen game that has the same game but just a few
Okay.
more abilities.
So what I want to challenge you guys to do is to go down to the comments, and if there could be one ability or X factor added to the game,
Whoa.
what would it be? If we get a decent amount, I say we react to it, or we
React
can
to
try to
it.
come up with a couple of our own and
Yeah.
make like a big list. And I will send it to EA Sports myself.
Zen mode.
In the mail?
Email. That's the mail.
He'll fax it over.
Yeah. The connections will be made, especially if we come up with some good stuff. You never know. Your ability could get in the game.
We'll send it by email, by pigeon, and by bottle.
Will
just
do.
in case.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. By the way, if you stuck towards the end of this video, there might have been a Madden 23 beta code that's hidden in this video. As a matter of fact, there is one. So
Wow.
hopefully it's not taken yet, and hopefully you find it. More Madden 23 beta codes and news coming very soon, so make sure you subscribe with the notifications on. We love you all. Have a great day. Goodbye.